Howdy, folks. Daniel Swartz here with Sweet Home Construction. Uh, just a little something I was reading on today that I had known a little bit about, bits and pieces, but I never really thought about the bigger picture and how it affected my work, my everyday life. Um, so when I was 18, I started to go out and quote some small projects. Yeah, it was usually like a garage roof, barn roof, fixing up a barn foundation, and it was just projects here and there, but I wanted a lot, I wanted more work. Work was really slow, and um, it was tough to find work like that, but I was kind of also forced to it because um, I was trying to find a job, a steady job, and I'd pour over the papers and I'd call people, but I couldn't find work. Um, the help wanted ads were very, very rare when I was 18. It wasn't usually stuff that I could have um, high school education or equivalent required in almost all those jobs, or some kind of degree. If there were openings, it was some kind of degree needed, and I only went to 8th grade, so didn't have that, so I didn't even get a foot in the door. And work was really slow. I'd get a job here and I'd get a job there, but I scratched by. But now, so when I was 18, that was 18 years ago. So now I'm learning that I was thinking, it's just, I don't have a reputation yet. I got to build a good reputation and all that. But that was peak recession, the Great Recession of 2008. So now it all makes sense because the Great Recession from 2007 to 2009 was the largest, the biggest recession since World War II, and it was the longest lasting recession ever. It was 18 months before some things started to tick back up again. But before the Great Recession of 2008, unemployment was just under 5%. And after, in 2009, unemployment more than doubled to 10%. It had great, larger, overreaching economic impact. Slowed everything down. Slowed the whole country down. It was like a construction, big housing crisis, but it affected everything. The economic market, they did figure that it didn't really recover and get the gears going again as strongly as before the recession until 2012, and unemployment did not reach pre-recession levels again and then until 2014. Let's see, there was another milestone there in 2016. I think the economy didn't get back up to full speed again. That the construction and housing business didn't get back up to full pre-recession levels again. Oh, no, that's not what it was. It was the median household income did not hit pre-recession levels again until 2016. And so from 18 to my mid-20s, I really struggled getting enough work, getting enough jobs. I was building a reputation as being honest and hardworking and doing a good job, and not going to break the bank if you hire me. And here, the whole time I was just thinking, why, I didn't realize that there was these greater forces at work in my life, affecting my life. damn busy. I'm turning work down all the time, stuff that I don't want to do or don't have time for, stuff that I like maybe, but I just can't fit it in. And makes a guy think that, yeah, you can do everything right. You can work hard, you can be honest, um, uh, you can be fair, and you might still really, really struggle, depending on what the larger world as a whole, what's going on. So, me looking back, I tend to always blame myself for not having enough work. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. I didn't let enough people know. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. You know, it's really easy to go back in the past and pick out what all you did wrong and why you weren't successful. Um, and you realize, hey, maybe it's not all your fault. There's other stuff going on that can affect you, and that would have been great to know back then. I don't know that I could have done much different because I was just trying to survive and it wasn't real easy, but it sure opens a guy's eyes if you're gonna, you gotta pay attention to what's going on around you if you're gonna open up new businesses and stuff. I'm not saying you could predict a great recession, but let's say the recession has hit and things are going backwards, and then you decided to get into real estate right at that moment because you saved up your money and this is your dream, and you know maybe you wanted to build houses and sell them or something, and so you just took out a big old loan on your bank and something like that for your business, and then something like the Great Recession hits and you suddenly run out of work and you can't make your payments and stuff. Um, a guy should definitely, if you're going to be in business, you should definitely try to listen to what's going on in the larger world around you. So, because there's a lot of people who were doing that. Things were booming, and the construction business was booming, and they just thought it would never crash, and people just kept loaning more money and expanding, and bam. Those people who overreached themselves with way too much debt, um, most of those failed. Most of those businesses went bankrupt. So it's good to have dreams and goals, but sometimes it's good to pay attention to your surroundings. There's greater forces at work in your life often than probably you'd even like to admit, because that means that you're not always in control. But the more aware you are of what's going on around you, the more control you can potentially have. So be wise. Don't dive into something foolishly without first doing a little bit of research. And if you were having hard times when you were younger, sometimes don't be too hard on yourself. Everybody makes mistakes. So sometimes what you saw as a great mistake maybe wasn't even really your fault, because you know you see some young guys now that start and they're just pop right off, man. They take off at a young age. They're getting good money. They're getting all kinds of work, and that's has it does have something to do with the individual. Not saying you don't have anything, you don't have any accountability. It does have a lot to do with an individual, and if an individual can start up a business and be successful during a recession, then that says a lot for that individual. But you know, you can't, sometimes you might judge your start against somebody else's start during a whole different, you know, one guy started during a recession and one guy started during a construction boom. So being aware of those things helps a guy not be too hard on himself. So do your research and have a great day.